Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Xabi Alonso runs to the rescue to the defense of Ronald Araujo. Rivalry aside, he runs to the defense of the young man. During his press conference, took out the time from his press conference. I think probably they asked him the question, and he decided to say that. And he said the young man is not the young man is it's not in word for word, but he basically just trying to summarize. Said the young man needs rest. His footballers are not machine, and he deserves his rest. If he wants to be out for 2 weeks for mental reason or whatever time it is, then let them give it to him. Kudos to Xabi Alonso, one player standing up, sticking by the side of another player. He too has been a player. He know what that has been. Maybe I don't remember making any mistake in his career. Maybe he has, but I don't know. But I don't remember seeing him making one. Xabi Alonso was a magnificent player. If Xabi Alonso was still in his prime, he will start for every team in the world today. In Europe, he will start on everything. I don't think there's a player in Europe that you would take ahead of Xabi Alonso. He was a fantastic man, magnificent player. And he's standing up for Araujo is an amazing. But I think nobody's against the fact that Araujo needs rest. Most Barca fans have said their piece. They've said what they had to say. I mean, it's almost a week now, and everybody is trying to move on. The only disappointment all of this is he's a player, and as a player, you're expected to, after an error, you have to recoup and you stand back strong. That's what Barca fans were expecting. Um, but he comes out with that. First of all, start this. Xabi Alonso, if Araujo was at Real Madrid, he'll be gone. The first season he made that error on Barcola that cost Barca a possible Champions League final, he'll be gone. He would have been gone. He would have been out the door. And we know Real Madrid. People will leave Real Madrid for less than that. But no one is against, as again we said earlier, no one is against Araujo resting. The only thing with Araujo is the errors are committed over and over again, over like the same error. Araujo always does an error that costs Barca either their season or their position in the Champions League. We saw Barcola 2 years ago. I will not dive into that, but many Barca fans went after Gundogan. I think that was one of the reasons why Gundogan left Barca, because of the fact that people had gone after him. Like, why are you criticizing Araujo? This and that. That is not something to say. We had like this show, people talked about it. We understand Gundogan is a winner. He has his own mentality. He's cut from a different cloth, and he said what he said. But Barca fans stuck by him. Barca fans has always stuck by Araujo. Even last year when he made that mistake, that Inter equalizes. Some people say stuck by him. Some people say it wasn't his mistake. Some people said it was the way Barca played, the high line, and so like how can a defender be the one to be equalizing? Where was everyone? There was that debate. And me on my part, I stuck with the debate of the system, because how can a defender comes and equalize way from? I mean, this Acerbi is barely walking, comes and equalize. So I won't blame Araujo. Where was everyone? Barca should have stayed back and defended. But it is what it is. The thing is, Araujo has cost Barca a lot. I'm telling you, it's frustrating. He's complete of mental health. People's mental health has been damaged by that game. As fans, we sacrifice time to sit down and watch the game. I know most of you all are in the part of the world where the schedule suits you. There are people in parts of the world where the schedule don't suit them. That game is going on and people are working, and at times people are preparing for work, and at times they have to squeeze out time to watch that game. And the first thing I turn on the TV that Tuesday, as I'm turning on the TV, and first thing I'm seeing is a red card. I was devastated. But it's the game. It has to take a while. Everybody knew. I would suggest this to Coach Hansi. The only thing I can say to Coach Hansi Flick is Araujo has to either come off the bench the way he did with most of the Madrid games last year. He came off the bench. I know the one in Inter came off the bench and went horribly wrong. But most of the time when he comes off the bench, he is fantastic. He is efficient compared to when he starts the game. We don't know what it is. Or if he doesn't come off the bench, and coming off the bench, we're talking about the like 80 minutes, 75 minutes, he's coming on just to help defend, or he has to look for another club because it I think Barca fans have just had enough, and I think people probably attacked him. Social, you know how the world is, social media, people went after him, and that affected him one way or the other. And I feel bad for the young guy. He's young. I feel like he doesn't deserve it. But man, if mistakes, if you keep doing it the first time, the second time, the third time, I don't think people defend you. People will just have enough. Um, great job, great analysis. Xavi Alonso put down rivalry aside. I think every professional footballer would do the same, to stand by the young man, to stand by him, like to say, hey, he's a footballer. It happens to all of us. He needs rest, and he does deserve some time off. I think the time off will take him to back out and try to reason out things. Um, that was just my reaction to the Xabi Alonso comment on Araujo taking some time off. Thank you, everyone. Bye.